Hi guys, welcome back to the latest video. I was really worried I wasn't going to be able to make the video this week, given where I'm from. We've experienced no power, water, or cellular service for the past 4 days. So, while I was surviving in isolation, I was really hoping that the internet and power would be back by the time Thursday came around so I could discuss the chapter, so we could build on the momentum from these past videos and such. But, we did get power back today, Friday. So, it's a day late, but it's better late than never. So, guys, all this to say, during this time of isolation, I was really wondering what was going to happen this chapter, and this chapter did not disappoint. So, without further ado, let's discuss chapter 302 of My Hero Academia. The chapter starts with Endeavor telling Rei that the other kids shouldn't go anywhere near Shoto to make sure he's safe after the incident where his brother tried to attack him. We then learn that Endeavor hired a servant because he's so busy with work that he can't watch the kids often. And we see Rei was told to not let Touya ever out of her sight. Rei responds to Endeavor saying she wanted him to look after Touya, but Endeavor said if he's with Touya, all Touya would see is the hero world, and that wouldn't be good because they're trying to separate Touya from the hero world entirely. Rei then tells Endeavor he's running away from his responsibilities as a father. In the next panel, it shows Fuyumi and Natsu inviting Touya to play ball with them. Shoto was shown to watch them playing from afar, and then Endeavor pulled him aside to start training. And Shoto was asking his dad to let them play together and that it's okay if it's only for once, but Endeavor said no, he has to train. Touya was shown to look at both of them with intense malice in his eyes. He's seeing his younger brother Shoto living the life that he wants. He wants to be training with his father to become the #1 hero to surpass All Might. And the next panel shows Touya talking to Natsu, saying that even though he was wrong for attacking Shoto, who was innocent, that Endeavor was truly the one to blame, that Touya himself wasn't fully responsible. He then continued talking to Natsu, while Natsu was shown to be really tired and trying to sleep, very disinterested in the conversation. Natsu told Touya to talk to Fuyumi instead of him at times like this, but Touya got offended and almost cried, saying that Natsu shouldn't have rebuked him like that, and that he was talking to Natsu because he thought Natsu was the only one in this world who could understand him. We see now a slight separation from this brotherly bond, that Natsu is not reciprocating the feelings that Touya is feeling towards him. And in the next panel, we see Rei trying to stop Touya from leaving their house. It looked like he was trying to leave or run away from home. And Rei told him to go play with friends instead of training. But he said he doesn't need friends because he lived in a different world than him. In the world he lived in, he was trying to become the #1 hero. He was trying to surpass All Might. He was trying to become a hero. And Rei challenged Touya, saying if he seriously wanted to become a hero, she questioned this. She questioned if he wanted to be a hero truly, or is this just something given by his father. And Rei herself felt shackled by her marriage with Endeavor, so she wanted Touya to look at the world outside and not just live in his father's world the same way she's doing. And by doing so, she believed that Touya could be the person he truly wants to be. However, this advice gave the opposite effect because Touya got mad and yelled at Rei and told her she didn't know anything, and mocked her by asking if she read this in a motivational book or something of the sort. Touya proceeded to tell Rei that Touya was born because Rei's mother was sold to Endeavor, which means she's also responsible for the difficulty and the neglect he feels. The next panel also shows that Touya was a premature baby and that he was very small growing up. It was also shown that he found out that when he's being emotional, his firepower increases exponentially. And this is when his fire turned from red to blue in these moments of intense emotional feeling. Once finding out about this new thing of his emotions being able to cause his fire to be so much more powerful than his fire becoming a different color, he wanted to show his father this. So Touya invited Endeavor to come with him to their training ground during Endeavor's next day off, but Endeavor immediately found out that Touya was training in secret, using the body parts that are covered by clothes so his father couldn't see. And Touya told his father that we didn't know if Shoto could surpass All Might at this current state, and that Touya wanted his dad to feel that there was still a reason for creating Touya himself. He feels that he could be what his father hoped for. He could be the one to surpass All Might. It wasn't just Shoto. It's not written in stone yet. And in response, Endeavor got furious at Rei for letting Touya train, and he was shown to abuse her. And Shoto was trying to stop Endeavor from doing so, and Fuyumi and Natsu were shown hiding while covering their face and their ears. Rei thought to herself that although she had limited choices, this marriage is the path she chose at her own will. She feels that this is the decision she made. This is the responsibility she carries. The scene then returns to the present time at the hospital, where they remember that Endeavor didn't show up to the training ground that day when Touya invited him, and that Touya was alone waiting for his father. But Rei admitted that she also knew where Touya was going to be and ignored it herself. And the panel switched to the present as well, with Dabi remembering how he died as Touya. He was burned by his own fire after feeling so intensely angry that Endeavor did not show up. He said at the time he didn't know how to stop the fire that was burning on him because his father only taught him how to increase this fire, never how to control it. The present Endeavor said that at the time, after he killed Touya, he didn't know what else to do other than focusing all of his efforts on Shoto. Ray said that after Touya died, she got disgusted seeing Endeavor get even more obsessed with this dream and started to see Endeavor's shadow everywhere she looked at the children. And Fumi said that she knew what was going on, but she pretended everything was fine. And Natsu said that Endeavor started everything, and Endeavor was the reason this all happened. But despite that, Natsu admitted that he didn't do anything as well. He was a bystander, saying only if he faced Touya and hit him back to his senses, Dabi might not have been born. Ray said that everyone felt their own responsibility and not everything was Endeavor's fault alone, so Endeavor had to be the one to face Dabi. If he falls, they will lift him back up. Endeavor was shocked to hear what Ray said, to the point he asked her if she's really Ray. However, Ray gave the credit to Shoto for going to UA, for making friends, and in the end putting them all back together. She said that Shoto had become the hero of the Todoroki family. And Shoto explained to Endeavor that before coming to his room, he had talked with Ray, saying since Endeavor can't fight Dabi anymore, that Shoto himself would be the one to face his brother. He'd be the one to face Dabi. But Ray told him no. Shoto told Endeavor that if he's done crying, they need to go and stop Dabi together with everyone and bring an end to this sin that the family has committed. Wow, this line is chilling. The Todoroki family facing off versus Dabi to end this madness and either kill Dabi or restore Touya. I honestly cannot wait for this family showdown. And lastly, in the final panel, it shows Hawks and Genus outside the room hearing everything, and the chapter ends here. Wow, guys, this chapter showed the creation of Dabi. We see the creation of Dabi stemming from the neglect from his father. All of the desires and aspirations that Touya had always wanted were completely unfulfilled and unmet by his father. In the moment he wanted to show his father his potential, the ability that he had to possibly be worth creating, at this point, his father never even showed. And during this immense rage, this immense pain he was feeling, he inevitably seemingly died in the process. Touya died and Dabi was born, and Dabi was now set on this path of villainhood and vindication and retribution. This chapter gave me so many goosebumps, especially towards the end, seeing Shoto as the hero of the family. I know that for many, Shoto is such a big fan favorite, and seeing Shoto really receive credit for keeping the Todoroki family together is very heroic in and of itself. Not all heroes need to be doing it specifically just by actions of saving others physically, by restoring his family and keeping his family together. That is so much heroism in and of itself. Guys, this chapter was phenomenal. I was so curious on what the breaking point for Touya would be for him to become Dabi, but I see it now, and to be honest, I don't blame him for feeling this way, for going on this path. He suffered so much, and all he wanted was his father's approval and for his dreams to not be scoffed at. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I've really appreciated all the support I've received lately, and I love making content for you guys and covering the lovely story by Horikoshi that is My Hero Academia. So, guys, I did survive this whole ice age within Texas and lack of power and this and that. So, I feel like at this point, I can survive anything, especially, My Hero gets me all hyped up in the head. As always, guys, I'll catch you all next time on the next